If you are planning on reselling in 2024, then make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. Hey everybody, my name is Karina. You may know me as Per Diem Thrifts. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. I also create content here on YouTube as well as on Instagram under Per Diem Thrifts. And I also have my own consignment store called Vibe Consignment, as you can see behind me. But I have been reselling for over 12 years now. 4 of those years I've been reselling full-time. And in those years, I have seen a lot of different market trends and just all the different fluctuations of how reselling can change over time. So in today's video, I'm sharing with you guys some trends that I anticipate seeing in the market for 2024, as well as some tips that I have to help you guys make the most out of it and hopefully generate more sales this year. If you aren't already, make sure you are subscribed to Vendoo's YouTube channel. They put out videos every single Friday sharing tips and tricks and videos to help you grow and scale your online reselling business. You can also join their membership where you can get access to exclusive content as well as early access to various new beta features that Vendoo comes out with. All right, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. Let's get started with the video. If you are planning on running your reselling business in 2024, here are some trends and tips that I have for you. Number one is consumers are being more mindful about what they are buying and who they are buying from. Even in the secondhand market, I think people are looking for brands and companies that they support. So make sure that the items that you are bringing into your closet are brands that follow your values as well and are brands that can kind of stand up to some of the ethical problems that we see in the fashion industry. I anticipate seeing a little bit of a downtick in more fast fashion and mall brands online with more interest in higher end and well-made products. So I think that as resellers, when you're outsourcing, definitely pay attention to brands. I know that people don't always say that brand is important. I think that it is. While you're looking for products to resell, you should pay attention to what these companies stand for and what they are promoting in their businesses as well. In some way, it does kind of trickle down into your own business. People want to bring in more intentional pieces in their closet, so I think you should be more intentional about your buying purchases as well. Not only is this going to help you bring in a higher average sale price and average profit per item, but it's also going to encourage your buyers to look at more well-made and more value-filled brands and encourage them to shift their habits away from fast fashion. Leading to my next point, I believe that more people are going to be turning to secondhand shopping because of inflation, and this also might lead to more lowballers. I know it's not fun to get a lowball offer on your items, but I mean, you've already seen it. People are just trying to find a deal. People's spending habits are definitely changing. We saw a really big shift in the way that people were spending their money during COVID as well as after COVID, and I feel like we're now finally getting back into the swing of things and people are realizing that they don't actually have as much money as they thought they did or wish they did. So people are being a little bit more stingy with their money when it comes to shopping for extra things like clothes. So be ready for more lowball offers and people taking advantage of sales and all of the promotions that are available on these platforms that we sell on. Try not to let it bug you too much. It's just kind of part of the business. Make sure you're pricing your items fairly and to make up for any discounts or price drops or whatever that you're going to be doing on your items. But also just think of your average selling price in general. Make sure that it is something that's kind of realistic for what everyone is willing to spend at this moment. You might need to adjust what you are sourcing, what you are selling to make it make sense, not only for your buyer, but also for you and your profit. The third trend I see is that social media is going to have a really, really big effect on people's shopping habit. It already has a huge effect for large companies utilizing UGC creators and other influencers on apps like Instagram and TikTok and even here on YouTube. And I think that as resellers, we should be taking advantage of social media as well. You can see social media being integrated into the platforms that we sell on when you see things like live selling, sharing your closet, all of those kinds of things. And I know it's not everyone's favorite part of our industry and what we do, but I think it's really important to create connections with your buyers, show yourself, show what you're selling, and just show people why they should buy from you. Posting hauls or making styling videos or just showing what products you're selling on other platforms like Instagram and TikTok is going to help bring your closet, your items, to a larger audience. Yes, there's already a huge audience on the platforms that we sell on, but this is going to help you branch out even more and find even more customers. There is a lot of weight in word of mouth recommendations, especially online, and social media is a big part in how people are making their buying decisions nowadays. So it's really important to put yourself and your business out there online so people can hear about what you're selling, see what you're selling, and essentially just buy from your closet. Before you make the jump onto social media though, it's important to know who your target customer is and where they are online. Whether they're on TikTok or they're on Instagram or they're on Facebook, they could be on Snapchat, they could be on a bunch of different platforms. So you want to know where you should direct your energy to market to them. Maybe your buyers aren't even on social media, so it might not be worth your time. Make sure you're finding the people who want to buy your items. That may be easier said than done if you kind of sell a lot of different kinds of products. So that's why I really think it's important to kind of niche down and be really good at selling one specific category. This is my hot take. I know not everyone is going to agree with that, but this kind of leads me into a bonus tip. Thrifting already has become such a big trend and such a big hit amongst not just Gen Z, but millennials, pretty much everybody. And I have a feeling that in 2024, we're going to see even more people at the thrift store. This can be tough if you find a lot of your inventory at the thrift store. There's just going to be a lot more competition. People are going to be going to the source instead of finding things through secondhand websites. So this is why I think it's really cool if you do niche down your closet and are really good at selling a specific style or a specific category, because then people will see your store as the go-to reseller or as the go-to place to buy that specific item. A good example of this is those who specifically sell luxury items. Luxury is almost impossible to find at the thrift store, so if you are a closet that only has luxury or has a lot of it, then people will know that they can find that on your closet. And I know that that's not accessible to everybody, but some other options are selling vintage, selling just shoes, like just sneakers, or selling just jeans. Just specifically focusing on one item can make you stand out in the crowd and not have to compete with all of these other thrifters out there. Every year, new changes come into our field of work, into the reselling community, into thrifting, into fashion. There are so many different markets that we have to pay attention to as resellers in order to get our businesses to keep growing, to keep making sales, and to just keep our businesses afloat. So I think it's really important that you learn how to pivot when necessary. Just because I'm anticipating that these things are gonna happen doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna come true. They could come true, and then something else could completely happen. So just stay on your toes, be vigilant, just kind of make sure you're paying attention to your own market. There is changes that happens in the reselling community as a whole, but if you just focus on your business and what's trending for you, it could be completely different than what is working for me or what's not working for me. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Make sure you're tracking your analytics and just looking at your sales, what's available to you, and make better decisions by just focusing on that and not necessarily as the market as a whole. Now, if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, I am going to tell you my number one tip that has been the same in all the years that I've been reselling. It has never changed, and I think that it will always be the same as well moving forward, and that is to be consistent. You've heard this everywhere. Everybody talks about being consistent, how important it is, but nobody tells you how to be consistent. Well, consistency happens when you implement systems and practices in your business that allow you to have that ease and efficiency. If you have systems in place that make your job easier, then it's almost a no-brainer to be able to list, to ship, to do all the things that you have to do consistently every single day. Utilizing tools like Vendoo can help you stay consistent by tracking analytics, cross-listing, and overall just managing your reselling business. When you work a little bit every day, it makes a snowball effect and you'll have all of this momentum so that you can keep your business going. And it's honestly all of the little baby steps that you take every single day. You just have to kind of have that drive to keep going. Anyway, that is it for the video. I hope you guys found this helpful and enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below in the chat and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure you thumbs up this video and we'll see you next time for another one. Bye!